กลับมาอยู่ด้วยกันต่อในช่วงที่ 3 ของรายการคนหลังข่าวค่ะช่วงนี้เดี๋ยวพาคุณผู้ชมลงไปในพื้นที่จังหวัดภูเก็ตกันหน่อยแล้วกันตั้งแต่การแพร่ระบาดของโควิด -19 เมื่อปี 2563 จนถึงปัจจุบันธุรกิจโรงแรมที่พักเป็นธุรกิจที่ได้รับผลกระทบในอันดับต้นๆและได้รับผลกระทบหนักมากนะคะจะมีโรงแรมที่พักไม่กี่แห่งเท่านั้นเองค่ะคุณผู้ชมคะที่เขาทำการปรับตัวปรับกลยุทธ์พลิกวิกฤตให้เป็นโอกาสสร้างความเชื่อมั่นให้นักท่องเที่ยวเดินทางเข้าใช้บริการได้หนึ่งในนั้นก็คือที่โรงแรม Intercontinental ภูเก็ตนั่นเองค่ะเขามีการสร้างมาตรฐานความปลอดภัยจนได้รับการยอมรับและได้รับการรับรองจากองค์กรระดับประเทศมาจนถึงตอนนี้พวกเขามีการปรับเปลี่ยนมีการเตรียมความพร้อมเพื่อที่จะรองรับกับโครงการภูเก็ตแซนด์บ็อกซ์1 กรกฎาคม 2564 นี้อย่างไรบ้างไปติดตามพร้อมๆกันค่ะ
Sawadee krap. Well, it's a very good question to see how COVID this time has impacted the business on Phuket. I think first we need to give compliments to the Phuket provincial government because before the third wave actually happened, the local government has obtained sufficient vaccines to vaccinate the entire island of Phuket up to 70% in order to achieve the herd immunity. But with the recent spike in COVID cases, this plan sadly has been interrupted. For now, looking at all the restrictions having put in place, we can see there's a big decrease of numbers of arrivals coming to Phuket, and that is impacting the overall business on Phuket going forward. Not only hotels, but also the retail, tourism attractions. Everybody is impacted to one way or another. Many businesses to such a point that they might even have to consider to once again temporarily close operation. But let's hope that's not going to happen because we also know as and when the restrictions are going to be lifted, Phuket will bounce back very quickly. So as long as we all work very closely together, overcome this third wave as quickly as possible, I'm very confident that business will return and everybody will have sufficient business again to continue to operate until such points that the international tourists will also return to Thailand. Well, thank you. That's a great question as well. The way the hotel has implemented a strategy in order for business to return, I think most important is that the present strategy is not about just about the hotel facility. It's not about how beautiful we are and how great our facilities are. This is much more about the health and safety of our guests. First and foremost, we need to be able to communicate and get confidence from our guests to wanting to return to the hotel and enjoy their vacation. Once you look at our website, if you look at our social media, it's all about social distancing. It's all about the way we clean, the way we prepare food. This is all about transparency and creating confidence with our guests. After that, once that message has been communicated, then we will, of course, explain to the guests the beautiful facilities that we have and for the guests to enjoy. But first and foremost, it's about safety. And if we look at the first wave and if we look at the second wave, we had a similar strategy and we enjoyed fairly stable and good occupancy. So we feel this strategy works for us, and as and when we slowly are getting out of the third wave, we will continue to communicate that our main priority will always be health and safety, and secondly will be the beautiful facilities that we operate for guests to enjoy. Well, that's obviously a very exciting question because it's exciting to know that the international tourists will return to Phuket and to Thailand in the not too distant future, and it's great that there's a very solid plan in place, which is obviously called the Sandbox. At this point, most important for our hotel and for all tourism enterprises throughout Phuket as well as the nations to work very closely with the TAT and work very closely with the Public Health Office. First and foremost, we need to make sure that those visitors who return to Thailand from overseas are going to be fully vaccinated. We start to work with low-risk countries, other countries which has the COVID situation well under control, who are vaccinating the population. And of course, we want to make sure that everybody knows small things like the rapid test, the PCR test upon arrival back into Thailand. But if we look at the Intercontinental Phuket or IAG Intercontinental Hotel Group, we already had since 2015 a very strict plan in place to ensure that all our hotels follow the highest hygiene and safety measures. When COVID happened, we further elaborated on that, working with industry partners like Ecolab, Diversity, but also the Cleveland Clinic to further enhance the safety levels of our properties. You will see that throughout the whole hotel. This obviously starts with upon arrival, screening of temperatures, alcohol gel, safety distancing, seamless or no-touch check-in, check-out procedures, safe food preparation, but also the cleanliness of all the public areas as well as the hotel rooms. But that has already been all put in place. We further enhance that now as well for confidence with the guests, where we deploy very flexible cancellation policies as well as booking terms and conditions, just to make it as seamlessly as possible, not only safe but also easy to process. Health and safety is always most important. For that we work very closely with the local authorities, and we also trust our own Intercontinental Hotel Group safety and hygiene standards. No, thank you. I mean, Phuket is such a beautiful island. So I think it's what's important. It's a guest vacation is always an end-to-end experience. So we need to give, first of all, we need to give credit to the government. They have kept us residents or citizens of Thailand safe throughout COVID. Sad that we had the first wave, a second wave, and a third wave, but compared to many other countries, we have been kept very safe. So that's credit to the government. I think what's also very important that the airports and the airlines have been working tremendously hard to make sure that entering an airport, moving from one location to another location and exiting another airport is made as safe as possible. So for guests can already have a very confidence to get safely to Phuket. And once a guest arrives in Phuket, I mean, it's the hotels, the retail, the tourism attractions, the transportation, everybody's working together just to make sure whatever a guest decides to do, wants to do on Phuket, it is safe and it can be trusted. Once it comes to the hotel, as I was just mentioned, we follow the IAG highest hygiene and safety standards, so a guest can have peace of mind as and when the guest stays with us, and that gives the guest really that opportunity to enjoy our facilities. We've got a beautiful hotel, from standard rooms to club rooms to villas to our 3 restaurants, our pools, our kids club, our beautiful spa meeting facilities, and then this beautiful location right in Kamala, this beautiful Kamala Bay with the ocean. Then we got the Kamala Hills as our backdrop. I mean, Phuket is so beautiful, and we know that we have already experienced so much domestic travel during the time that COVID unfolded around us. But we also know, talking to our industry partners, talking to our guests, the world is waiting to return to Thailand, waiting to return to Phuket. So as and when collectively we can really control COVID, we can open up Thailand safely, I know that Thailand will have a very, very safe and bright future again. A lot of people are waiting to return to Thailand. I know the world loves Thailand, and it's just a matter of time for the world to return to Thailand and for prosperous times to return. So it's very exciting times ahead, but that doesn't mean that the present times are very challenging, and we just need to continue to work very closely together, private sector together with the government sector, in order to reopen Thailand and Phuket safely.
เห็นไหมคะตอนนี้ทุกภาคส่วนเตรียมความพร้อมอย่างเต็มที่แล้วกับภูเก็ตแซนด์บ็อกซ์1 กรกฎาคม 2564 ตอนนี้ก็ต้องรอฟังการประกาศจากสบค.นะคะว่าจะมีการพิจารณาตัดสินเรื่องของเส้นทางในการท่องเที่ยวอย่างไรบ้างคือจะให้เที่ยวได้ทุกพื้นที่ของเกาะภูเก็ตเลยหรือจะเข้าไปเที่ยวได้เฉพาะเพียงแค่บางพื้นที่ของเกาะภูเก็ตเท่านั้นแต่ที่แน่ๆทางการท่องเที่ยวแห่งประเทศไทยมีการเปิดเผยข้อมูลมาก่อนหน้านี้แล้วนะคะว่านักท่องเที่ยวกลุ่มแรกที่จะเดินทางมาค่ะจะมาจากภูมิภาคอเมริกาโดยจะเดินทางมาในวันที่3 กรกฎาคม 2564 ช่วงนี้พักสักครู่ค่ะ